Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the Fairweather Podcast. This is your host, 2K Suave. I'm with my boy A-Rod, and we have a special guest. We've come a long way, guys. We got a special guest.
Got our first Fairweather Podcast guest, a close friend of mine. We were supposed to have two. He can't give me any excuses why he's not on here. He always gives me the runaround, but he does have a brand new baby boy, so we want to congratulate Mark Ramirez, my friend Michael Pless, his co-host. They host Real Bucs Talk, and I'm just going to let Pless take it away, give him his own introduction to himself.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on. I'm honored to be on, the first guest. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, you guys are on your way. I've listened to, all 3 episodes, and I really like what you guys are doing. So, again, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah,
thank you.
We really appreciate it. If anything, I know people in Tampa know Bucs, but this guy right here is the supreme being of Buccaneers talk. You got to listen to Real Bucs Talk. They know what they're talking about. They are dissecting the team every day, so give them a chance. If you're a Bucs fan, give them a listen. But with that being said, we are going to jump into discussion. So NFL, we always start off with, and we obviously had some predictions. KK beat me in all the predictions. He went 4 to my 3.
Always surprised.
He knows more than me, but there was some surprise that we didn't see happening. Nobody thought some teams were going to do what they were going to do. But let's start with Rams and Seahawks. That's one big game nobody thought was going to, go that route. With Wolford starting, making a very quick exit, coming in with a depleted golf with 12 days out of surgery with screws in his hands. Coming in, they beat the Seahawks 30-20. And now they got to play their divisional game against the Packers at home. So, insights, boys. What you got for me?
Well, for me, I don't like to be wrong, but especially not about the Rams. I think the Rams are very overrated, but they got me this time. Defensively, I didn't really realize how stout they were. Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald, and all them boys came to play. I really thought Russell Wilson would play a lot better because if you look at both of the quarterback stats at the end of the game, they both played horrible. And I didn't think Russell Wilson, who I thought was an MVP candidate, I knew he was, kind of skydiving as far as where he was ranking on that list, but he played pretty poorly. And in the beginning, I started to fall asleep a little bit, but when they had that pick 6 in the beginning when he read that screen, I had a bad feeling about the rest of that game. So you got to tip your hat to the Rams. Their defense is going to be what carries them because you did mention that last week that's all they got is that defense, and that's what they're going to hang their hats on is that defense. So you got to give it to them. Definitely got to give it to them.
Let's give me some insight, boy.
Yeah, I mean, defense wins championships, right? I mean, and the Rams have a great defense. They went up front. And that was really the mismatch I saw. I actually liked the Rams in this game. I actually picked them to win because when you look at the matchups and the offensive line versus defensive line, Seahawks offensive line has struggled. Obviously, they get away with it because of Russell Wilson's ability to, escape outside the pocket and make things happen, outside of the play. But, I mean, Aaron Donald's a beast. I mean, he's just a machine out there, and he was causing havoc. And then they have Leonard Floyd off the edge, and they do a lot of different things. And then when you can take one side of the field away and Jalen Ramsey, it makes things very difficult for your offense to move the football.
He's held DK Metcalf to his, they're paying Jalen Ramsey to do what he does, and you're seeing it against DK Metcalf for sure. What was
Absolutely.
it? Like the entire season, DK's had like 4 receptions for 44 yards and no touchdowns. Repeat again, man. He held him in check.
Yeah, he
so
did. You could tell he was frustrated on the sideline. Like you
sure.
could just see it. And it was like, man, this is getting kind of crazy over there. So you got to give it to him. I mean, they didn't pay him all this money and give up all those assets to get him for no reason. So they obviously had a plan in place when they got him.
And it kills me too because like my favorite player now is on the Seahawks and Jamal Adams, and he had to come out there, make the playoffs, light that cigar, and have a victory cigar, and insert Michael Jordan. I mean, Jared Goff took that personal, man.
He was hurt. I
told you he was hurt.
I didn't know he was that hurt.
I didn't know he was that hurt either. 3
broken
fingers and all those other injuries he had. Like, it takes a lot of guts to play with that type of injury through a game like that. and especially a divisional opponent. So he played his heart out. He got burned on a couple plays that I saw. That's why I was saying, like, he doesn't look
He's
like
not
the
the same.
Adams I know.
Hmm.
But he'll be back better next year, and they'll make the necessary changes. Hopefully, they keep Pete Carroll there, because that guy is a phenomenal head coach, and they'd be stupid to move on from that guy if they choose to. But I think him and the GM, they have good rapport. They can entice some guys to come in for sure.
So, Mike, do you think Jalen Ramsey could do the same thing against Devontae this weekend?
That's going to be the matchup. Again, it's going to be, Aaron Donald, is he playing? That's going to make a difference against.
He's going to play.
He's playing.
His coach called the Terminator.
Right?
So he's going to be playing this weekend.
No, I agree. But yeah, it's going to come down to how they protect Aaron Rodgers. But yeah, Devontae Adams is very savvy in how he runs his routes, and he finds ways to get open, right? So that will be something to watch. Can they take away him? If they can, then that's definitely going to increase the Rams' chances of winning for sure.
Even with a hobbled Jared Goff, and I'm not sure what's going on with him or Wolford, but even with a hobbled, because you think Cam Akers can do again what he did against the Seahawks?
That's definitely the weakness of the Green Bay defense. Run the football. Then we saw it last year with the 49ers. They just ran all over them, and you can do that against them. You can be physical up front. You can run. You can do your play action and attack the middle of the field, and that definitely suits the strengths of the Rams offense. That's all they are, run the football, play action. They do it constantly. So they live in 11 personnel a lot of 3 wide receiver sets, and they can take advantage for sure.
They got that USF boy at Green Bay, though.
Valdez Scantling.
He's the big play threat. Yeah,
on threat. But I'm sticking with the Packers, man. Like A-Rod, I shouldn't even call him that. I'm A-Rod. Rodgers is gonna do what Rodgers is gonna do, man. Like, it's gonna be tough to contain him, but I feel like that's one guy that can pick apart your defense and know where to properly throw the ball around the field. Like, he knows the matchups that are coming. He knows Devontae is going to be, shadowed by Ramsey or another guy that's specifically like has good rapport covering Adams, and he's going to find the other guys, Lazard, Scantling downfield, or his big tight end that he's got pretty good rapport with. That's just what Rodgers do. He makes people shine in times they need to shine. So I think the run game is going to be taken out of this a little bit, in my opinion. But
have we checked the weather?
Right.
If it's going to be a snowy day, I mean,
it'll be brick, I'm sure.
So if that's the case, Aaron Jones and Cam Akers and all, I think the matchup is going to be more between those two rather than Aaron Rodgers and Goff. I think defensively in a game like this, and it's weird because I never pick against Aaron Rodgers. I have a weird feeling about this game though, and for some reason I just feel like the Rams are just they're the underdog. Like when the Eagles, when we won a Super Bowl, we were just the underdog every single weekend. But we just found a way to just kind of just get it done. And the way the Rams are approaching this postseason, I think everyone's kind of just bet against them this whole postseason, and I have this very strange feeling that this may be like upset alert for Aaron Rodgers. But
that's your boy, man. That's your boy.
I know it's tough. Trust me, it's very tough. But
Stephen A. He's a bad man.
He's a very bad man. But this, I don't know, just something feels off about this one.
All right, let's hear predictions on the game. What you say?
I got like 20-17 Rams.
20-17 Rams. What do you say, Pless?
I'm right there. I'm 24-20 Rams. I think defense is going to take it.
I'm going to say 27-14 Packers. I'm going with that one.
Okay,
all right.
No, okay.
I got to stick with Rod.
I know you will.
We want to see the State Farm Bowl at the end of this. So that's what
that's what I want to see. That's exactly what I want to see. But I just have a strange feeling about this weekend. I don't know.
All right, so let's go to the next one. We had Bills beating the Colts, which I thought it was going to be Blankenship kicking the winner, but didn't happen. There was a lot of questionable calls during that game that Colts head coaching did. They probably could have won the game if they did some right things in those, callings, but, they decided to go for 2 points, missed it, could have got the field goal, and questionable fourth down things they decided to do. They lose to the Bills 27-24. Good game. Like I told you, it'd be a good game. And then Ravens-Titans, another good game. But Ravens did something nobody's been able to do all year, and that's contain Derrick Henry. 12 carries, 40 yards, and that's the sole heartbeat of their offense, and they put the dagger right in it. Didn't allow the Dreadnought to run, so now we get to see Ravens at the Bills in the divisional game. So let's give some insight on those games.
Take it away, Pless.
Yeah, Ravens Bills. I like the matchup. I like the Ravens because of their defense. But Josh Allen has been playing super. I mean, he's been really good. You know, as sometimes he gets a little bit too superhero. He tries to play that hero ball and tries to make something out of nothing. It almost cost him this past week against the Colts. So they got lucky there. But I just like Baltimore swagger. I like their defense. I like how they play, and they can run the football in many ways. I think that's the way you attack the Buffalo defense, is running the football and being smart with your pass selection. So, yeah, I like Baltimore in this one. But, yeah, credit to what the Bills are – I like what the Bills are doing. I just think this is a bad matchup for them going into this game.
So the key word that you said there was the swagger that Baltimore has. Honestly, I think this is going to be a fun game. But as explosive as the Bills' offense is, I think the Ravens are playing with so much swagger right now because they had to get through Tennessee. Tennessee has been a thorn in their side, and they've had this weird rivalry for a little while now, and they needed to get through that game. I think now that they got through that matchup, I don't think the Bills are going to be able to hang with the Ravens. It's not even like an offensive thing. I think the Ravens they're going to run the ball, 250 rushing yards. I'm telling you this. I'm giving you the stats right now. The Ravens will run for 250 rushing yards. Lamar Jackson he's gonna have a lot of fun. Now he's concerned about playing in the snow. He's never played in the snow before, he said. So that could be a concern, but they're built to play in the snow. I don't think he knows that yet. He's still young. But their team is built to play in the sun. They play really good defense, and they run the ball really well. And all they need is one of those plays that he breaks loose for a 50-yard run, and then they're going to be the Bills are going to key in on trying to stop the run, and then Hollywood Brown's going to get loose for another, deep pass or something like that. So I think I'm picking right now. I pick the Ravens just based off the swagger that they came off that last game with. I think the Bills kind of show that they're still new. Like, this is Lamar's third playoff season. Like, he's been in the league 3 years, and he's been there every year.
He's younger than Joe Burrow too. He's
young. He's younger than Joe Burrow, which is crazy. But he's been in the league like this is like they've been in the league the same time, him and Josh Allen. But this is Josh Allen's kind of like his first real taste of animosity, and I think Lamar has dealt with a lot of animosity. He's been doubted. He's not bad for a running back, quote unquote. So I got Lamar and J.K. Dobbins. I told you about J.K. Dobbins, how much I think he
didn't have a big running game though.
He didn't need to. Like, it was a collective effort. But for those hard yards, they look at J.K. Dobbins for those hard yards. So I just based off his swagger and everything, I'll pick the Ravens on this one.
I think so. I feel like both teams got the swag, man. They both got the sauce right now. Some teams have the juice. They got the sauce, both of them. Your intro video, and shout out to Benny the Butcher, man. When your intro video is Bills Mafia and Benny the Butcher is leading the way, like, you're making it. When you got hip-hop stars leading you in, that's where it's coming. So they both got the swagger. I think, like, Baltimore just got a little bit more. I think Baltimore, so once again, this is kind of like last week's predictions. My heart is telling me the Bills are going to win at home. But like you said, Lamar's got a lot of adversary. There's a lot of doubt on him. He's a running back. He can't throw the ball. He can't win a playoff game. Like I said, dude is young. Dude has got a lot of adversary to listen to, but I think he's done listening to it. My gut is telling me that Baltimore's going to go in there and they're going to handle business. And once again, we can bet on that one position that nobody talks about.
The kicker.
They got it. They got that one guy.
Yep.
He's got a freakishly good leg, and he could kick the game-winning field goal, and rain, sleet, or snow, don't matter. He'll do it. So I'm saying the Ravens too. So I say 27-24 field goal winning.
I got it 28.
Both got good defenses too, which is crazy.
28 to 17. 28 to 17.
Bless, what you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 31-28.
I like that.
That's a good
Ravens.
score. That's a good
They're,
score.
they're a high-scoring offense, but I say it's another carbon copy. Good offense, good defense is what we got. All right, shocker alert. No one saw this one coming. Browns took that shit personally, man. They had the Michael Jordan meme up there and I took that shit personally. So Browns shocking the Steelers, spanking them. Big Ben throws for 504 yards, 47 completions. That's a record. 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Last guy to throw 500 yards and lose a game in the playoffs, KK?
Tom Brady, huh?
Yeah.
Fly, Eagles, fly, baby.
That to you like that. He's fresh, but Patriots fans, I hope that sticks into you really good. But so Browns come in, they pull down the Steelers' pants, and they spank them at home at Heinz Field, 48-37.
Hey, Rod, I texted you. Whose fault is it?
What did you say? I don't remember.
Juju.
Oh, yeah.
I blame Juju for all of this. Now, he did come out and play well, but you can't wake up a sleeping dog.
Juju screwed himself as soon as he said they're the same old Browns. When you said you're the same old Browns, that's when you fucked up, man.
Yep.
You really messed it up. So 48-37, you lose. Now they're going to play the Chiefs. I don't want to say this is an easy win, but I'm done saying that because I've been shocked at 2 games watching so far. So I'm saying, this is going to be another good matchup. I think Baker Mayfield is sick of people talking shit about him, saying he's not that good. Oh, I don't have Odell, but I still got all these other weapons.
He plays a lot better without him.
I've always said Juice is a really good receiver. Juice got the juice. Now he's starting to get the sauce. He wants the sauce now. So I think Juice is helping him out a lot, and all the other guys are coming in. Hooper's finally showing out. He's getting, the targets he deserves. And that defense from the front line to the middle to the secondary, it's pretty solid as well. You got Myles Garrett up there running. You've got a good little young linebacker core, and then you've got Ward, who's arguably one of the best new secondary guys, and Greedy Williams too out there doing a lot. So they're fine, but they got to go against a high power offense. What do you guys think? Spit it.
Go ahead, Mike.
The Cleveland-Pittsburgh matchup, I think Pittsburgh just came into that game sleepwalking. It looks like Big Ben wants to retire now. I don't think he's really interested in playing football. It just doesn't seem like the guy cares. And, I thought the Browns might have won. I picked Pittsburgh, but Cleveland's just really physical. They play physical at the line. They know how to run the football. Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb is a hell of a combo. And then,
Nick Chubb is the best running back in football. I don't care what anybody says. It's either him or
slow down.
Those two guys are the guys I'm starting my team because Nick Chubb got snubbed in the second round. They went with Sonny Michel over him, and look at what he's doing. He was about 4 games, and he said, "Wait, I need my 1,000 yards on the season."
I agree.
I didn't even mention. I feel bad I didn't even say anything about Nick Chubb. That's the wave you should be riding. Just ride that Nick Chubb wave because he can pound through the line, and then he can catch. You saw him catch passes and run for 40 yards in that game. Dude's a machine. I'm sorry.
No, he is. He's a machine. He knows how to run it. They got the offensive line to block for him. Probably one of the best offensive lines in the league right now.
Very underrated, actually.
From physical standpoint, defensively they can win up front. But when you look at Kansas City, again, Kansas City has a high-power offense. They run fast. When Mahomes is in rhythm, he can get it going quickly. They can score quickly. But at times, Mahomes has been vulnerable this season. If you get in his face, you do some things, get him off schedule, you can slow down that offense a little bit. And the best way to keep them from scoring is keep them off the field, right? So time of possession, running that clock, running the football, that's what Cleveland does. So I really like the matchup for actually both sides. I think it's a well-even matchup.
So for me, NFC North, it's all about running the football and playing defense. That is what it is. It's cold, it's nasty, it's ugly, it's dirty. It's just that's NFC North football. So to me, Pittsburgh's become this whole, and we were talking about this. They don't have a running game. They're just young and cute and throw the ball all the way, and cute is not working in the AFC North. Now the difference is that Patrick Mahomes, we say Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. Patrick Mahomes is like
Who do you think gets a better rate at State Farm?
Aaron Rodgers. He's got the senior discount going for him as well. But no, Mahomes he's a bad boy, man, and I think this is a very good matchup actually for the Browns, and it's going to be a lot closer because of the matchup. They are going to do everything they can to keep him off the field. But there was that game that they played Tom Brady a couple of years ago where the Chiefs only had 17 minutes of possession and still took it to overtime. The only reason why Tom Brady won is because he got the ball in overtime. So 14 minutes, 35 minutes, doesn't really matter how much time of possession the Chiefs are going to have. They're going to find a way to get the ball in the end zone no matter what. So I think this is going to be it's going to be a fun game. I'll give you my prediction now. I got it 30 to 27 Chiefs.
What you got?
And it's going to be a lot closer than people think, just simply because I think Baker has figured out how to he's finally grown up a little bit, and they're gonna the coaching staff is going to do a good job keeping Chubb and Kareem Hunt, who people kind of just sweep Kareem Hunt under the rug. You forget about him. They took a chance on him and it's working. So I got the Chiefs winning because I can't pick against Mahomes. I already picked against Aaron Rodgers. I can't pick against both of them. So I got a 30-27 Kansas City.
Plus, what you got?
Yeah, I mean, I like the logic there for, Patrick Mahomes. It's hard to go against him, but I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to go with the Browns. I think Browns win 34-31.
It's not crazy.
And I know. When you look at the logic and how they can attack, I mean, I think they really got a chance. So I'm going to go with the Browns. And I hope, on a side note, they just play Baker Mayfield commercials and Patrick Mahomes commercials all game long and just continue to play that. That'd be
if
fun.
they have common sense, they should do that.
I can stop with he has more commercials than he has wins. So now he has wins in his playoff record. So I'm happy for Baker in that. Mm-hmm. But Mahomes is just he's a freak, man, and I feel like him leaving the playoffs like that would be just he's not going to let that happen. So I got it close to I got it by a touchdown, 37-30. That's what I'm putting it at.
All right, not bad. All right.
Now we get into
why did we bring Michael Pless in today?
We're from Tampa, so we're all doing this from Tampa, but you see the flags back there. If he had some cannons to fire, you could hear the cannons fired. If he had one crowd on one side, they yell Tampa, the other one would yell Bay. But
that's a great idea.
He's
so lame.
He's in the solidarity of his house, so he's doing it from there. But he knows everything you need to know about the Buccaneers. Like, he's a guru for this. He attends practices, he goes to games, he does his podcast, he does his homework, he knows his stuff, man. So let's jump into those games. So the Saints beat the Bears. Bears got a touchdown at the very end. Whoop-de-doo. So they get waxed 21-9. And then the Bucs kind of had a little bit of struggle against the football team and letting a guy literally getting out of college homework to come play a game. But they took care of business 31-23. So the Bucs got to play a familiar foe in their divisional game against the Saints. Now, Pless, all things knowing, how do you feel about this matchup that's presented to them?
It's a bad matchup, to be honest, against the Saints. I mean, just from a coaching standpoint, from personnel, it's going to be tough. I mean, the Bucs are going to have to bring their A game. They're going to have to play differently than they obviously played in the past, because this season they've pretty much got stomped by the Saints, and the Saints have pretty much owned them over the last 2 seasons, losing 5 straight times. So Bucs are going to have to do some different things. They have been lately, especially offensively. They've been running more motion. They've been doing more play action, being aggressive on first down. That's been very good for Tom Brady and company. Antonio Brown has come on. He's been kind of the X factor lately. They're getting Cameron Brate more involved, which has been awesome to see. So, yeah, looking at this matchup, Drew Brees and his ability to get the ball out quickly scares me. We're going to have to be very good defensively as far as being aggressive and playing to our strengths. Can't really play a lot of zone because he will kill you if he has time to throw, as we've seen. And they got Michael Thomas back. They have
He looked good.
Jared Cook, Kamara. I mean, they have a lot of weapons. I mean, Deontay Harris now. So it's not a.
You look pretty
not a
gloomy.
Good matchup.
You look pretty gloomy. So what do the Bucs need to do to pull this one off? Just what is one or two things they need to focus on?
Well, obviously, fast start's going to be critical. They have to get to the lead. I think if they can find a way to get the lead and play from that standpoint, the Saints are a different football team and how they attack. So it's very important for us to have that aggressive mindset and not play scared, because I think that has happened in the past where, you got to come up and you got to hit these guys in the mouth, and we haven't done it in a long time. I think the last time we did it was with Ryan Fitzpatrick at quarterback. I mean, we outscored him, 48-40, I believe it was.
48-40, week 1.
Yeah, I mean, it might take that kind of performance.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think? Give me a score.
I mean, my heart, I want to say Buccaneers, and I'm gonna say that because I feel like it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row.
Exactly.
And I just feel like the coaching staff has learned. I think they're gonna do some different things and be more physical and get into the face of the Saints offense, try to disrupt it, and then offensively. I feel like we have enough pieces to find the matchups that we want and attack and score consistently. And playoff Tom does help. I mean, you got Tom Brady. That's
different.
I mean, the dude's insane in the playoffs.
And the same. Are you the same animal and the same beast? KK gets that reference.
Mr. Kanye Kardashian.
So, I mean, score-wise, I think I'm going to go 35-31. I mean, it's gonna be a great game. I think both teams are gonna play well, and it might come down to the last possession.
This is also the first time, and America's been wanting to see this. The world's been wanting to see this. Breeze and Brady get to face off in the playoffs for the first time.
Yep.
That in the Super Bowl. Should have had that in the Super Bowl, but other things happened and other teams got there. Yeah. But this should be a really good game, I think.
And based on that you just brought up the same animal and the same beast, the Kobe to Kanye quote. That's what I wanted to see with LeBron and Kobe. We never got to see that. So I feel like this is actually because we've seen Brady and Manning, we've seen Brady and Peyton Roethlisberger, but those are all AFC games. But in the Super Bowl, we haven't really seen that iconic person that he's gone against. So I think, this is still an NFC matchup, but I'm excited to see it. We got that old man meme that they have where they're both 80 years old and going against each other, and it's cute. What you said, it's hard to beat a team 3 times. And living here in the Tampa area and around all these fans that kind of just sprouted out of nowhere, I do get a little annoyed about how good this team is, because in a normal circumstance, it's hard to build a team this well. I mean, Antonio Brown is your third receiver. It's insane. So, if I'm being honest, as much as I don't want to, I don't hate the Bucs or anything. It's just, I want to see everyone around me sad because I'm sad. I'm a sad Eagles fan, and misery loves company. But I think the Bucs are going to pull this one off, actually.
So, once again, my heart tells me the Bucs are going to win. I mean, my heart tells me the Saints are going to win. But my gut is telling me the Saints are going to win because the Bucs are the Saints bitch, man. I don't care what anybody says. I'm sorry, Pless, I always like to give you and Mark and everybody in our little side chat hell for stuff, but Drew Brees, we see it he's done, man. He's done, and he's got probably this last playoff run before they got to start looking at other options. And he's got a healthy Michael Thomas. Hopefully his head is clear from all his other crazy off-field stuff that's been going on. Kamara's always been hungry. He's still hungry. Even behind him, he's got Murray, who's very hungry too. He could be a starting caliber running back anywhere as well. And then he's got all these other toys, like you said, Harris, Cook, all these guys. And then that defense, man, what does Marshawn Lattimore do against Mike Evans? He makes them disappear.
Makes him disappear.
He
And
makes
Cameron Jordan's coming. He wants. I know Chase couldn't get to him, but Cameron wants Tom. So.
those guys, they're out for blood. They're sick of all the hype around Tom, all the hype around everything the Bucs are doing. And don't get me wrong, the Bucs have done amazing things this year. Like, I feel like this podcast is for Buccaneers fans, because fair weather fans, Buccaneers are truly the definition of a fair weather fan. You can go and sign Deshaun Jackson and think you're going to the promised land, and you win 5 games with him. You know, you start off 3-0 with Fitzmagic, and me being a Jets fan, I can tell you how that ended for us. So, and it came to a screeching halt really quick. So, you know, there's a lot to look up for the Bucs. They're moving in the right direction. Obviously, the next thing for them is going to be what's going to be Tampa Tom's replacement, but that's something we can bring you on for another thing to discuss on how that's going to pan out. But I have it. It's going to be another close. Like, this is a divisional game. We know divisional games are tough. I'm going 2013 Saints.
That's it? 20-13?
2013. I'm not saying it's going to be a high power. I say
no. These guys are going. These two teams are going to score. It's going to be 38-35.
okay.
I don't even want to pick a winner, because it's going to be whoever has the ball last, because that's how a Drew Brees and Tom Brady playoff game should end.
Lutz
is a walk-off field goal or something. So
Lutz for the Saints has been pretty shaky the last couple games too. But I commend Pless and the Buccaneers. You did finally the right thing. You went and got a good veteran kicker and suck up.
Yeah. He's not sucking up. He's doing okay.
Stop trying these young dudes. Stop trying these guys who had a little run for 5 games. Get you a solid good. Like, if the Ravens are like, look, we don't want to pay Justin Tucker anymore, we're getting cut. Every team should be calling Justin Tucker. They should be flying private jets out there, taking him in the strip club, giving him gold dipped chicken wings, anything to get that man there. Kickers are important. I don't care. Kickers are important.
That's a good game, though.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this weekend of football games. It's going to be a great weekend, like last weekend was. And yeah, when you look at it, Bucs and Saints, I mean, it's going to come down to who gets the bounces, who gets, that big play, the big turnovers. Turnovers have been a big factor in the matchup, and that's really what has killed the Buccaneers, especially in these 2 games this past season. So, can we clean that up? Can we protect Tom Brady? That's going to be, the big factor, especially on offense. I think if you can protect him, you can find the matchups that you want. Antonio Brown, I think, can exploit other guys. Chris Godwin, I think, come back strong and have, a big game. Use Mike Evans as the decoy if you have to, let him, take 2 guys away, and you can attack the middle of the field that way. I think it should be good. Run the football too, Leonard Fournette and Rojo, if hopefully he can go, be aggressive and run the football, mix it up. Defensively, I think you got to bite the bullet and play aggressive and get after Drew Brees. Forget the zone coverage. Obviously, you got to play it sometimes, but blitz with Devin White up the middle, and maybe you break Drew Brees' arm and send him to retirement early. But
hey, or Devin White can cough in your face and you get COVID.
Whatever you got to do. You got to play to win the game, like Herm Edwards saying.
Exactly.
Game, yes. So with that transition, we're going to jump to NBA. But before we let you go, Pless, give them a shout out. Tell them about where they can listen to you at, where they can subscribe to you at, all that jazz. So, you get your information out there.
Yeah, definitely. Again, thank you guys so much for having me on. This was awesome. It was fun. But yeah, you can catch us, Real Bucs Talk. Just search that in Google. You can find us on YouTube, any platform for podcasting. You can find us there if you just want the audio. But really big on YouTube right now, so that's where to find us. We have weekly content. We usually have a live stream on Mondays at 8:00, and then we also have our game study, film breakdowns. Usually later in the week, around Thursday, we get those out and preview, and we're gonna have a big Saints preview for this weekend, so that's gonna be fun. And yeah, just can find us on Twitter, at Real Bucs Talk, and talk football anytime.
There we go. Fire the cannons.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll definitely have you back. But with that, let's transition to the NBA now.
All right. See you, Pless.
See you guys.
All right. So NBA.
NBA.
Today, something big happened today. Mr. James Harden decided last night, after getting waxed by LeBron's no-look three-pointer Steph Curry shot.
Wait, let me cut you off real quick. Y'all see my boy LeBron James going right now, huh? LeBron James at year 18, age 36, is doing turnaround three-pointers? What? That happened. I saw something that said that happened, and the whole league went into fucking chaos. They blew the whole shit up. Blew the whole shit up.
And even at that, he gave Steph Curry the proper shout out that he should have done. Classic.
Yeah.
But James Harden went on national TV and pretty much said, I want out. This cannot be repaired. Like, we stink. We're bad. So they got rid of him.
So here's a quick little timeline. So this game is happening, right? Meanwhile, Kevin Durant is giving the Nuggets buckets, and Kyrie Irving is sitting in on like a Democratic like town hall meeting on Zoom after being ridiculed for not being there for his team. So a lot of shit to unpack here, because at that moment when we're about to do this show, I thought we were going to be talking about what the hell's going on with Kyrie. What are they going to do with James Harden?
We had to rewrite the script 3 times.
We had to rewrite the script so many, because it's just so much happened. It was like 2021 was like, all right, here we go.
It's 2021 said, let's pump the brakes. I'll give you something good to talk about, guys, and we'll make America fun again.
We're gonna make this fun. So James Harden gets involved. You have all the teams and names.
It started off as a 3-team trade, but then we had to go on take 3 because the Pacers decided to say, hold up,
hold up here.
So 3-team trade. The Nets are going to get James Harden. And they're going to swap picks with Brooklyn, which we'll get in, or with the Rockets. So Nets get Harden. Rockets are going to get Oladipo from the Pacers, Dante Exum, Rodrins Kurucs. Kurucs. That name, but they're getting them from the Cavaliers. 3 Brooklyn first-round picks for 22, 24, and 26. Mm-hmm. And Milwaukee first-round pick, 22 unprotected.
Somehow they get involved.
Brooklyn first-round swaps in years 21, 23, 25, 27. All of those picks, by the way, they're all unprotected. All of them. Pacers are going to get Karis LeVert, who's been a stud off the bench.
You've been talking about him for the last few weeks. I know you love Karis LeVert.
We have been, and they're going to get a second-rounder. And then the Cavs, I don't know why they ever get involved in shit. They're going to get Jared Allen and Taurean Prince. And I feel bad for Jared Allen going there. But
no, I think they want him to be the center for their future. I think Drummond is just a placeholder. JaVale McGee is the placeholder. They're both, aging.
I don't know, man.
But it does suck for Jared Allen, though. I do have him on my fantasy team, and this is probably somebody I need to trade.
Yeah, or drop.
Or I'm gonna try to finesse. I got to finesse a little trade on this one.
But Jared Allen isn't the topic of discussion here. It's all James Harden. He totally shocked the world. He definitely said what he needed to say, and he got out.
Did he say anything wrong though?
He didn't, and it's sad because I've been an advocate for him staying. I think they got some enticing pieces, but it obviously isn't working. And you can see that James Harden's heart is not there. He's given his heart for that city. He definitely has. But when James Harden is giving you 16 points in a game, we definitely know that
he's checked the hell out.
He's like, damn.
He showed up mad tubby.
What time does the clubs in Vegas close? Because I'm trying to get out of here and get back. So he came out and said that, his new stars that he's with, John Wall and Boogie Cousins, didn't take offense to that. But in my opinion, I feel like they shouldn't have an opinion on that yet because you're fresh into this program, and
both you are coming off of injuries and stuff. Like none of you have proved anything in a long time now.
James Harden's team. Anything James says goes.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to come out there and say like, oh, we don't want you here, then you can go. Like it's only 9 games, bounce. Like, hey man, this guy's been winning from the get-go. And in my opinion, at the same time, I think there's some pieces that they should have kept and decided to go another route for ticket sales reasons and popularity reasons, maybe. But his time is done. He said he wants out. It sucks the way it happened, but it is what it is.
It's business.
Business is business, and they're moving on, and they're getting a lot in return. Rockets fans should be a little bit happy. At least you got a lot of good first.
At least they got Oladipo. Like, I know, again, Boogie coming off.
I told you there's a guy that wanted out.
I didn't know, but Boogie coming off an injury, John Wall coming off an injury, Oladipo coming off an injury. Like, it's a scary thing when you got that many people who've been on the IR for the last 2 years of their career have not been able to be healthy. So that's the scary part about all of this, because Boogie's proving he can't stay healthy anymore. It's just his legs are shot now. John Wall, I mean, he tore his Achilles. I'm like, that was the injury, right?
I'm pretty sure it was.
And then he came back and he did something else. Like, it's all messed up down there. Oladipo had a gruesome injury as well. Like, their best player, their best healthy asset is Christian Wood, like I've been saying. And he's been showing out. It's just, that's a lot for Silas to handle. As PJ Tucker, you mentioned it. PJ Tucker wants to get out of there now.
PJ Tucker, that's his boy. Like, he wants, and I wouldn't be surprised if Eric Gordon's like,
I'm out too. Like,
I'm out of here too.
Yeah.
Even some of the role players, I'm sure they're really pissed that a guy that they've tried to flourish with and thrive in that offense is gone. Like,
and he basically shat on him in the locker room, saying like, this team is not good enough. Imagine saying that. Like, there's no way they could have ever let him back in the locker room. We're not good at, like,
even at that, they said don't even come to practice.
Don't even come to practice, bro. Like, we'll figure it out. Don't worry. So, to me, the biggest loser in this one is not really the biggest loser, because I'm just salty it was the Sixers. Obviously, as a fair weather Philadelphia 76ers fan. By the way, Joel Embiid is the MVP of the league right now. I really wanted James Harden to go anywhere in the NBA but Brooklyn. Do I think it's going to work in Brooklyn?
There's rapport.
Offensively, they're going to put up points all day long. This is D'Antoni and Steve Nash. They're going to put up points. But are they going to be able to defend? Are they going to be able to gel together? Is Kyrie's head going to be in it? Because a lot of people are just calling for Kyrie to retire now. Like, it's
we'll jump into Kyrie in a second, but there's rapport there with Kevin Durant, but James Harden definitely had a different role when he was in.
That was 10 years ago.
Yeah, and he's definitely been the man for the last almost 8 years for sure.
Think about it.
Man.
Think about it. Russell Westbrook and Harden, they thought they had rapport too. It didn't work out last year. So what makes you think this is going to work this year with those two?
You never know. Kevin Durant is I think a less selfish player than he is. Kevin Durant went to an already loaded Warriors team and still got his buckets and his shots, and he wasn't scoring 32 a game, he was scoring 23, 24.
But what was the difference?
They just had a winning formula.
Their organizational difference is the fact that Steph Curry did not mind him being there. Klay Thompson did not mind him being there. Draymond Green is a facilitator by nature. They have a deep bench, which Brooklyn doesn't have anymore. They were organizationally built to be successful, no matter if they brought in Kevin Durant or not.
With these moves, Brooklyn's not done. They're going to go out and get some pieces to put on that bench now. They're going to try this out. Obviously, Joe Harris is now going to shift to the bench and be your sixth man now. So there's going to be some pieces there. But you never know. Maybe there's a way to buy into all of this. Maybe if Kyrie can – we'll touch on the Kyrie incident a little bit in a second. But if Kyrie and KD – both players who bought into different types of formulas, of winning formulas, because LeBron came back to Cleveland and imposed his formula.
Well, when has Kyrie actually ever bought into any kind of formula?
I mean,
he didn't buy into LeBron. That's why he left.
No, when he played there, I think LeBron told him take these shots.
LeBron is a actual leader. That's like, I think talent wise, if I'm being candid, Kevin Durant is right there talent wise with LeBron. But the one thing that separates LeBron from every player in the NBA history besides Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, and those three are the cream of the crop to me, is they all have a specific kind of leadership style that just works. I don't think Durant has that kind of a leadership style. Durant is a basketball player. He shows up to drop 60 and goes home and then plays NBA 2K. That's what he does. He is a basketball player, and that's why they can't ask him to lead a team like that. That's not his MO.
Hopefully that's what Steve Nash does. I hope Steve Nash steps in kind of like Steve Kerr did when he came in and was like, this is the way we're going to do this.
The problem is that Steve Nash is literally a rookie coach. At least Kerr, he'd been in the front office. Kerr had been in the front office before with Phoenix. Like he's been around Michael Jordan and Tim Duncan his whole playing career. Like he was around the right kind of people. And then when he retired, he was in the booth, but then he came back to do the Phoenix thing. So at least Steve Kerr had, and then Mark Jackson built the beauty like Tony Dungy did for Tampa. Mark Jackson had that team ready-made for him, and he handed it over to him.
That hurt me. That hurt me as a Knicks fan to see them do it to Mark.
Yeah, I know. He's been blackballed ever since for whatever. He can't get a job. But so to me, Steve Kerr entered a situation that was all it took. The one thing Steve Kerr did was put Draymond Green in the starting lineup. That was the best thing he ever did for that team. Mm-hmm. This team here, the core of that team, Karis LeVert, was there. Spencer Dinwiddie's hurt. Jared Allen's gone. Who's left? D'Angelo Russell was there. He's gone. Like the core that was actually like those cool memes and videos, they're gone.
The shit that they had on the team, they were winning games, but they decided to pack house with superstars, and I guess
that's what it takes.
I mean, it is what it takes to beat LeBron. You got to have a squad.
You have to have Hall of Famers to beat LeBron.
And it's always great to see KD match up against LeBron. It's always fun, but I feel like if anybody can get it done, I think Steve Nash is a good guy. He has a great basketball IQ when you hear him speak.
Of course, yeah.
And his knowledge on the game and the way he used to facilitate an offense, and he played with Kobe, one season, even though he barely played. And then he was a scouting guy for the
Warriors.
For the Warriors, yeah. So he has a little bit of rapport too.
But question:
It's all if these guys are going to buy into that mentality, because James is going to have to go from scoring 34 a game to maybe scoring 20, 23, something like that.
So, question: we know who's running the coaching staff and the GM that runs that team is the Phoenix Suns, right? Of the mid 2000s. How many rings does Steve Nash have? How many rings does D'Antoni have? How many rings does Amari Stoudemire have? A goose egg. So they're good they're going to score hella points. They're going to be able to score points, okay? But when they need to make a big stop, when they need to make adjustments, are they going to be able to do that? Like, Durant's going to be Durant. We can't deny that. But, like, I've seen James Harden fold under pressure so many times. Yeah. And Kyrie is even going to be healthy enough to finish the season mentally or physically. Like, I haven't seen him finish the season in a few years now. So it's going to work on paper. Offensively, it's going to work. They're going to it's the East. The only team they have to worry about is Philly, Milwaukee, and Miami and Boston.
They play the Knicks tonight, man. This is a big game for New York.
Ever since you spoke highly of the Knicks, saying that the Knicks were better than the Nets. Have y'all even won a game?
I said Knicks fans should be happy, which they should, but they're in shit mode again. But
it looks like the Knicks again.
It looks like the Knicks again. 2021 did not disappoint.
I was getting a little concerned. I mean, I want the Knicks to be – I wanted James Harden to go to the Knicks personally.
I wanted that too, but, they're not going to bite on that move. And New York needs a superstar. Like,
exactly.
Always known for having a superstar, a high-power scorer, someone that you want to see day in and day out.
A household name.
Yeah, we don't have that. But Obi Toppin is back, and we'll see what happens there. They play the Nets.
It's not going to change anything.
I know it's not, man. Trust me. Like, don't get it twisted. I am a Knicks fan. You know, I'm running with the dips back there, but they're the same old Knicks. You know,
Yeah.
day out. We'll just see when they start progressing. I'll be happy with it. Make the playoffs. It's a big accomplishment for me. Just make the playoffs. That's all I
Yeah.
want.
I mean,
I'm not praying for a title.
it's possible. It's very possible. And you know, and for the Sixers, you know, I know I got people who are Miami Heat fans that telling me to calm down. There's Milwaukee's not going to do anything to me. Boston to me is probably like the other real test, if anybody else. So I think for the Sixers and the Celtics, they just have to play. They just have to stick to what they do and not panic about this move.
I think the Pacers have upgraded too a little bit as well with Karis LeVert.
The Pacers.
I think he's going to flourish as an offensive weapon for them now.
The Pacers are not. Their Pacers are a good team, but they won't get past the first round. Is Karis LeVert better than Oladipo?
Depends on what you need. Maybe they see that they needed that position more than they needed Oladipo.
What's that position? I mean, he's what, small forward?
Forward, yeah. I mean,
they don't need T.J. Warren. T.J. Warren's already there.
He had one game where he dropped like, what was it, 50, and they were like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, but T.J. Warren is a steady 18 a game scorer, just like Karis LeVert. So it's the Pacers are you can't fear the Pacers. Like, you know,
I'm not saying the Pacers are going to win it. All I'm saying is they're a clear cut, made a good move, got rid of a guy who didn't want to be there. They didn't want him. They didn't see him in the future. They get a second round pick and Karis LeVert, who's a pretty good player. I think he would have did well with the Rockets, but you know now.
What's that guy that the Pacers got from Milwaukee again?
Ogden.
He's there. They don't need Karis LeVert. So
whatever.
To me, the Pacers are going to be a good team. It's Indiana. They're always going to be a good basketball team. But they're not better than Brooklyn. They're not better than Philly. They're not better than Boston.
Without Nate McMillan, they ain't shit to me.
Who's their coach now?
I don't know.
I honestly don't. I have no idea.
If McMillan's not there, I don't care, man.
I don't really know. But I don't know. It's interesting. But do you want to talk about Kyrie? Because
let's get on that. So this boy, all right. So NBA puts out more COVID protocols about how you're supposed to, you know, withstand social gatherings, time away from the team, telling players that they need to wear masks anywhere that they're at, and if you know they're caught without it, they're going to be fined, and they're going to look into these situations. Well, we all know what happened with what the storming of the Capitol and all of that happened. But since then, it's ruffled Kyrie's feathers, which it's ruffled a lot of people's feathers. But he's taken a mental leave from the game, and it's been 4 games now they haven't had him there.
The rush happened last week, Tuesday or Wednesday, the 6th. So yes, the 6th. So it's been a week. So that's about it's 4 games and 7 nights. Yeah, it's been a week. It's 4 games.
4 games, and he's out at a birthday party, no mask. Okay, why?
So, I'll be real, okay? The protocols that the NBA have in place, and if I'm a player, they definitely suck. I heard a lot of players talking about how much they suck, and of course, but they're paying you $40 million a year, so just please, because no matter what, them paying, the reason why you make $40 million a year is because the league's able to make however many $1 billion a year that they're making. And if games are getting postponed every single night, if they have to do another stop and they have to do another bubble, like, it's going to be bad. And the salary cap is going to drop. All this is not good for business. So, obviously what the league is they did the bubble. They want to get back to some kind of normalcy. All they ask is for you to just be a little diligent of your – because this whole mask situation is not about just you. It's about your teammates. It's about your coaching staff. It's about everyone around you.
That's about everybody.
Which is a microcosm of life. I know a lot of this stuff sucks, but
It is what it is. Like, we got to do it. Going to work, going out, we have to do that too.
It's bigger than just you, you know, and
like, just because you make $40 million, like, doesn't mean that makes you better than me. Like, you can easily get this virus and pass it on to somebody else. That goes on to somebody else, and it just keeps spreading. So
and
it's
realistically
the best thing, but it's not going to get revenue for the NBA, obviously.
And realistically, like, even if I personally don't even have a problem with him going to the birthday party. I know if my sister's having a birthday party and she wanted me to be there, I'm her big brother. You know, I get it.
He's at the door.
But back in the 90s, the reason why NBA players never really got caught doing what they were doing back then, because there used to be like an unwritten rule: phones at the door. Do not pull your phones out. Like, you're not in trouble because you were at the party. You're in the trouble because you got caught and you didn't give your team, like, you know, you got to communicate with your coaching. Like, if I decided not to show up to work, and I didn't tell my boss I'm not showing up to work, and then he went on my Instagram and saw me, you know, with a bottle of Hennessy partying, he's gonna feel some type of way. I'm like, he's paying me all this money to do, you know, to be at work. Like, so I understand why you know, it's a bad look. It's just you gotta just have respect for your peers and have respect for your teammates, because, like, at the end of the day, what if the Nets didn't make this trade? They don't know what the hell is gonna happen with Kyrie. I mean, I don't know. It's a tough spot you're putting them in by not just being open with them, because
the internet of all sports gives you the best platform to speak on any type of issue they want. They stood behind their players. The owners have stood behind the players. As soon as the Donald Sterling thing happened, they got him out real quick, and they stood by those players, by the coaches, and they've let these guys protest. They let these guys sit out games when they needed to, and that should be your platform. That should be your platform. Do your stuff there, man. I get you want to take some time off, but it doesn't seem like you're using it in the right way, in my opinion. You know,
and I think Kyrie has a good heart. I think he means well. He
but
really does give back to, you know, he take care of the WNBA, giving them money. He gives back to his community. So I don't think Kyrie is a bad person. I just think he needs guidance and leadership. I don't think Steve Nash is that it can guide and lead him. I think he needs like an older gentleman in the room to, like, really, like, get through to him. I think the best thing that could have happened to him if he would just stuck with LeBron, because LeBron has been doing social justice for years now, and it's not affected his play one bit.
Not one bit. Not one bit. He dabbles in it all, man. That guy is a like Jay-Z said, I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
He
like,
is.
He's
made time to do movies. He's made time to open up a school, to invest in Blaze, to invest in Lobo's Tequila, all
restaurants, all of that. The guy
to do the voting reform thing. He's had time to do all that. You know what I mean? So
Kyrie makes a movie and has some shoes.
Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just he frustrates me, because, like, I don't want to hate Kyrie. I think I think he's a good dude.
I do too, man. But
I just
like,
want him to be guided.
Exactly. Like, with that type of guy, LeBron just hit him in the back of the head and say, hey, man, take your time off and then come back. But a lot of players, I feel like they watched, you know, that doc with Jordan, and they heard Rodman was going to Vegas and partying it up and then coming back.
They thought I could do that too.
And they think that we can facilitate that now. And that's you know.
Dennis Rodman was cut from a different kind of cloth. He's literally a maniac. Not many people could do what he did.
He got married in a dress, okay? So
come on, like, seriously, like, don't think you can be Dennis Rodman.
Kyrie is just a different being, man. Like, Kyrie's you were brought to that team to be a leader. And when the leader's not there, because like you said, Kevin Durant can lead, but he's like the guy in the group project that's like, I'm gonna do my half and you're gonna do your half. I'm
gonna do my half really well.
Exactly. I'm gonna do my half very well. I color in the lines, but you're gonna have to put our names on it, and you're gonna have to, you know, do the presentation with me. Like, he's there with him, but you're supposed to be a vocal leader on this, and like, you're not doing anything vocal with your team. You're just missing 4 games, and apparently they know where you are and what you're doing, but they don't want to say shit because they don't want to get him in trouble. Well, you got yourself in trouble.
Now he's gonna miss more games because now he has to enter protocol. So it's just, I don't know, it's a mess.
It
It's
is,
a
but
whole mess.
with that being said, the Nets, they look like the favorite in the East, man. I mean, your 76ers are up there. They've got a good little comfortable lead, but the
No,
Nets,
I think we're second place now, actually.
really? To who?
Oh my God, who is it?
You're first in my hearts. It doesn't matter. You're first in
We're
my.
8-4
Oh shit!
because
Last
we
time.
lost because we had games where we missed players for COVID,
Oh yeah, that's right.
and Boston is 7-3, so Boston's first place.
Okay. All right. Well, my bad, Boston fans. My bad, Sammy and Townie
But
Sports.
they're going through their own protocols too, because now they've had to cancel like 2 or 3 straight games.
The NBA
They said
is definitely very COVID-y right now. There's a lot of like games are getting rescheduled again now. Like it's looking like college football and NFL right now.
so. You know what I thought would happen? They're like shut down for a couple weeks and kind of just like wait for this to kind of blow over. But you know, like the MLB went through the same thing. They didn't do anything about it. NFL is going through the same thing with the canceling, with postponing and stuff. They didn't do anything about it. I think the NBA is like, you know what?
Fuck it.
We got to just keep this train going, and guys get it, they get it. They got to get this vaccine, probably like just speed up the process for the players to get it. I would not want the players to get it over people who actually need it more than them, the older people and the kids and stuff like that, and people who are at risk. But if they want their product to continue and not like they're gonna lose a lot of money. Like that's the problem. And I never get on Adam Silver about anything. I think he's a great, commissioner. I think he did botch this one by rushing it, but to start on Christmas again.
I think that was foolish too.
Definitely should have waited. Like the initial day was supposed to be MLK Day, so we're about 5 days from that. That'd be next week. To me, they would have kind of just waited a month instead of being so like, oh, we got to get this by Christmas. Then that would have helped a lot. So it's messy. Like Aaron Gordon said, it's getting janky or something. It's getting janky. Aaron Gordon, man, he smokes. I don't know anybody who's ever used the word janky before, but God bless him. Oh, God bless him. But yeah, so it's getting janky out there, but we're gonna see. We'll see, but
NBA is gonna do what the NBA is gonna do. But with that being said, let's go. Where did he go to college? Let's wrap it up.
We'll wrap it up. We're gonna give. Last time I think I made it too easy for you. This time I'm not gonna. It's still gonna be reasonably easy because this the era that you like is the mid '90s.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna give you any first rounders in this draft. In this one, I'm gonna give you good second round players.
Okay.
But they're not gonna be first rounders. Okay.
All right. Hopefully.
Are you ready?
All right.
Yo, you gotta help me come up with some music for this one. We might have to play some Jadakiss or some Dipset.
Oh man.
All right. The first player is going to be from the 1993 NBA draft. Where did Brian Russell go to college?
Who?
Brian Russell, the one that got crossed up by.
Oh, Byron Russell. He went to Long Beach State.
God damn. You're correct. You are correct. God. Did you have his jersey or something?
No, I had a basketball card. I remember seeing him at Long Beach State.
All right. You got a little lucky on that one. The second one. Where did Vashawn Leonard go to college?
Shit, Vashawn Leonard.
Yes. He's relevant?
He is relevant.
Pretty relevant to me. All right, let's go.
Vashawn Leonard.
5 seconds, sir. 3, 2.
I'm going to say it. I'm going to know it, man.
Minnesota.
Damn, I should have known that.
Come on. I wouldn't have known that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, fans. I'm not, I don't know everything, but Google is my friend today.
Vashawn Leonard.
All right, the 95 draft class. Now, this is a draft class that I think you said that you memorized. Is that correct?
A lot of players from it. I do know a lot of players from it.
Okay. Where did Tyus Edney?
UCLA. Next one.
Okay. Good job. Good job. Okay.
Dude was
Next
a baller. I
one.
remember hearing him all the time when I was a kid, and he sucked in the NBA.
1996 is your favorite draft class.
He's my favorite.
You have said you've memorized every single person from that draft class. Is that correct?
Mostly first round, but we can throw some seconders in and see how I do.
Where did Malik Rose go to college?
Oh, Drexel.
God damn, you're good. All right. Hey,
Let's go.
I got to give you that one. Okay.
Oh,
I dug a little deep for that one. I'm like, all right, let's see. All right.
that's a really good one.
That was good, right? All right, cool. We're getting good with this one. All right.
He had a beast run with San Antonio.
He did. 1997, another draft class that you said that you're very, you're good with. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I was going to give you this one, but we were talking about him a couple weeks ago, and God Sham God. I'm not going to give you that one, though.
God.
You're not getting God Sham God.
Providence.
Where did Anthony Johnson go to college?
I don't even know who Anthony Johnson is.
Anthony Johnson was that, stocky, bald guy. He played for, the Magic when they went to the finals against the Lakers. He got drafted by the Kings, real stocky, bald point guard.
Anthony or Bobby?
Anthony Johnson. Not Bobby. That's Bobby Jackson, who you're thinking of. Anthony Johnson, though.
That name doesn't ring a bell to me, man. I'm being serious.
Okay. He actually went to the College of Charleston.
I can't even put a face to that.
Anthony Johnson?
I really can't.
When you see him, you will know. You will know.
Okay. When we're done with this, I'll take a look at
All
him.
right. Actually, I'm going to give you one more.
All right.
Because this guy, I used to play with him on, video games back in the day, and I always thought he looked a little, funny. Where did Mark Blunt go to college?
Mark Blount I think he played for the Suns.
The Sonics. He played for a few teams, but he got drafted by the Sonics, played for the Timberwolves.
I honestly don't know that guy.
Pittsburgh. All right.
Very relevant on that shit.
I mean, he was drafted 54th, so I went very deep for that one.
Give me one more off the top of your head. Just give me somebody.
Where did Steven Jackson from the All the Smoke podcast go to community college?
Jesus Christ. It's not a big name school because he bounced around. Fuck, man, hold on. It's gonna hit me in a second.
I heavily doubt you're gonna get this one.
Oh my God. There's
Hey, Stacks was a good player.
He was a good. He averaged 14 a game.
His career average is 15 a game, actually, sir.
My bad.
Don't rob him of that point. How about this?
It was I don't even want to say it. It's some goofy school. I know that for a fact.
You give up yet?
What is it, man?
It's Butler Community College in El Dorado, Kansas. However, he actually got recruited and actually was on campus at the University of Arizona. Mm-hmm. And he got kicked off the team because of his grades.
Yeah.
And before that, what high school did he go to? Did he go his second stint in high school?
Probably Oak Hill Academy.
Oak Hill is correct.
everybody who's worth the shit goes to Oak Hill.
He was in the McDonald's game with Kobe and Rip Hamilton, deep draft class. He was in that McDonald's game.
That's a good one, man. That's I knew you were gonna give me that one day, and I was like, shit, I should remember that one.
Because I gave you Matt Barnes. Stacks was coming soon.
Yeah, you should. You gave me cues, so I had to get another one who does a fucking podcast too. Fuck, man, but that's a really good one. I got a lot of really good ones too that you'll tell me one day, and I guarantee you'll be like, how did you get that shit?
All right, I'm proud of you.
Good one, Drexel. That's a good one.
Yeah. All right, question before we sign off. Who are the Jets gonna hire at coach? Go ahead.
Oh man, I want to bring that on the next podcast. But honestly, I want
because they might already pick somebody by the time we come back again. So just off the top of your head, one name, go.
I want the offensive coordinator for Kansas City. That's what I want. And
the enemy?
Yeah. If not, I want the 49ers defensive coordinator. That's my two. And then if not, I would be happy with the guy the Chargers axed. That's what I'd be happy with, my top three.
All right. And we're going to get into this on the next episode because I got to talk about Dougie P. I got to talk about this whole debacle.
I mean.
What's up?
I said, hopefully nobody gets hired by then.
Someone's going to be hired by then. But we're going to get into it. We're going to get into the next episode. But who do I want? I have no idea. I just want Howie Roseman to get fired. So
I truly don't. I want the offensive coordinator from the Chiefs.
All right. Hey, we appreciate everybody for tuning in to this episode.
Let me run through everything really quick. So Twitter, @fair_weather_pod. IG, the Fair Weather Podcast. You can find us anywhere you subscribe to your YouTube channels, your podcast channels. And we're on YouTube. Smash, like the kids say, smash that subscribe
button. That like and subscribe button.
That subscribe button for us.
Peace out, y'all.
Dipset.
Aha! I can't even do it no more.